Hey listeners, thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie Alexander. I am the social media specialist for CapEd, and today I'm joined with high school senior and past participant CapEd movie trailer contest participant Will Jensen. How's it going, Will?
Hi.
Awesome. Thanks for being here again. So we just wanted to chat today and just kind of find out more about your experience that you had with the CapEd movie trailer contest. For our listeners who don't know, this is the 12th annual competition. Students grade through 7 through 12 have the chance to put together a video pretty much about anything as long as it's in a movie trailer style. Um, but yeah, if you want to kind of tell us a little bit about your past experiences, and I know you think you won at least one of the years.
So I've entered for the past 2 years. In the 2020 contest, I won third place, and in the 2021 contest, I won second place. It's been really fun to be able to enter both of those years because I just really like the filmmaking process, and it was fun to be able to create a movie trailer and just like get some of those ideas down. And one thing that I really liked about creating the trailers is that we just get to show all of the best stuff, like just make the best stuff that we would if it were an actual movie. And it's just been really fun to work with friends and family on. And yeah, I've enjoyed making trailers both years I've done it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
That's awesome. Do you kind of go in with ideas already, or do you kind of just organically come up with an idea for that trailer?
So usually I have like a lot of ideas, like just in my head. Sometimes I just like think about some ideas and then just like start writing them down. And then I think about what would be fun to make, what would also be like practical and I'd be able to do. And I always try to come with like a little like spin on something, just try to make it like really clever and try to think a little bit outside of the box on that. And then when it gets like close to the trailer, I start to write stuff down to like write the ideas down. And then that's when I come up with the plan and settle on what ideas I'm gonna do.
And then you're kind of more of like the director side of things. You don't normally star in them yourselves, correct?
Yeah, usually I'm behind the camera and directing, but I do always like to like make an appearance whenever I make a video.
That's so cool. I love that. I actually was a video tech broadcasting student myself back in my high school days. I missed this all kind of started a couple years after I graduated high school, so I wish I could have been a part of it, but I love that I get to kind of be a part of it now. I've actually spoke with former teachers that I've had about this program, and it's super cool. So I'm excited to be able to see what yourself and other students make, and get to go to the like the premiere night and everything like that. Yeah, that's super cool. So what does your process kind of look like? So I know you kind of said you write down your ideas and kind of go from there. Um, do you kind of give yourself a certain amount of time?
Yeah, I always like to do it like a few weeks in advance to give myself enough time to like edit. And then also if I needed to get some better shots, I would be able to reshoot. But yeah, usually I just start with writing down ideas and just kind of brainstorming ideas. Then I take an idea that I think sounds really good and try to come up with a story around that. And I think about like a way like a trailer is like naturally like set up where even though it's just a trailer, it still kind of has different like acts in it, just like establishing the characters, showing what the conflict is, and then showing the like interesting shots. So I try to think about where I can film those and what I should do for that. And then usually I write down like what the dialogue would be and what the shots I'll need to get. And then about a few weeks in advance is when I film them. And depending on where I need to go, it could take like a couple days to get that. And then my favorite part is being able to edit because that's when it all comes together. And editing's really fun, especially when I get to add special effects. That's my
Hmm.
favorite because then it just like makes it look more like a movie and just looks really cool. And I like the way that the special effects turn out.
I love that. It's super cool, especially with not even having to have programs like Adobe and those things. Like you can do a lot of things from your phone, especially with like TikTok and Instagram Reels nowadays. Um, so I'm assuming that's actually helpful for yourself too. Do you have already like programs like Adobe, or are you kind of hoping, obviously with this contest, you might be able to win that creative suite?
Oh, I do have Adobe Premiere Pro, and that's my favorite editing software because there's so much to do with it, and then you can really do like whatever. Like if you come up with an idea, you can and I really like to look up tutorials on like how to do a lot of special effects to be able to learn how to do that, and then I like to recreate it myself. So that's one thing I really like about that.
Yeah, very cool. I don't know if I could do any of that nowadays. Well, have you learned any kind of like valuable lessons along the way the last couple times you've participated?
Yeah, I think some valuable things that I've learned is I've kind of learned how to direct, where just you need to like be aware of everybody who's like working on it, as well as uh how to get like a good story and get it down to kind of trim off all of the extra time to get it down to the trailer time. And then I've also learned how to do some, well, it's special effects. Like last year, I my trailer was called Super, and I
Mhm.
did was able to do some superhero effects. So I learned how to be able to do this really cool effect of like flying and landing, and I really liked to learn how to be able to do that. And I got to do some other cool like effects with creating fire, and that was really fun. And yeah, I've just learned a lot about editing from this, and a lot about also just like competition. And this was the first film competition. The 2020 trailer contest was the first film competition that I ever entered. And since then, I've been like entering into other contests in other places as well, and I really like to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's super cool that you're still like participating in other things. Are you in like a class, like a video production class currently, or is this just more of like your hobby?
It's both a hobby and a class. I'm in the broadcasting program at Mountain View High School, and
Mhm.
my friends and I we get to help make the morning announcements and help make intros for that, and we really like working on that. And as well as I like to make short films with my friends and family and post them on YouTube. So as a hobby.
That's so fun. Like I said, I was a former broadcasting student too, so I loved doing the morning announcements and all of
Yeah.
that. It's been a minute, but I loved doing that. Do you have kind of plans that for your future? Do you want to stick with kind of a similar field?
I don't have any plans set in stone, but I do really like filmmaking, and I think it's still an opportunity and like a possibility. And I think if I have the opportunity to be able to continue filmmaking, then I'd take it. And I think because I think it's really fun. And I just like how you're always working towards something. So it's a making a product, as in learning things, as well as like making a product that you're able to be proud of and show other people. That's one thing that I really like.
I love that. That's a great answer. I ended up going to college and getting a communications degree. It wasn't necessarily around broadcasting or anything like that. But it's cool because I get to still kind of have fun in that way. Like I'm the social media specialist, but I end up making videos and things, just fun content for the pages. And like I said, like having TikTok and Reels and stuff make it so easy. Um, but it is fun because I really enjoyed that when I was younger as well, and I feel like I still get to have a small part in that. But just at the fingertips of my phone. So it's really cool. So even if you didn't necessarily do it as a profession, it's always there and it's such a great hobby. Um, and you never know, you can end up becoming like a super popular, wealthy YouTuber. So
Yeah.
that's always the goal.
Yes.
That's so cool. Do you have already kind of your plans for this year? Have you started anything?
For this year, I have a few ideas that I'm like, yeah, brainstorming right now. I haven't started filming or editing yet, but I have a few ideas for what I'm
That's
gonna do.
cool. It's only like the first week back in school, right? Or second
Yeah.
week? Yeah. So yeah, you've got time. Is it an assignment that you have to do with your class or no?
No, it's apart from class. So yeah, we're just doing it on our own.
Okay, that's cool. I know a couple of the middle school classes, they offer it as part of their their curriculum. So I know a lot of them actually have to like basically start their semester like getting into it.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's kind of all the questions I have. Do you have anything else you want to add? Just anything from your experience of like the premiere? I know they think they had to do it virtually the last couple of years, but just your experience in that and the competition itself, kind of finding out, that you got third and second place, if you want to go off on any of that.
Yeah, so I just think that this whole trailer contest is a great opportunity for high schoolers and middle schoolers, just because you don't have to be great at making videos or to do this, to just like come up with an idea and just go for it. And I think it's worth a shot for everybody. Like the first year I entered this, um I hadn't really had much experience. I had taken a semester of a class, and I had only worked on just a few videos, but I hadn't ever really made a short film or a trailer. And I just went for it, and it ended up getting third place. So like I ended up like I put all my effort into it, and then I kind of just got hooked on that. So for the next year, I like started learning a lot more, and then last year I was able to make it yet even better one. And I just gotta say, so if anybody's thinking of doing this, I would encourage them to enter into it. And uh, I'm looking forward to how having this one like in person. Hopefully because last year's was a live stream and that was still really fun to watch. But I liked 2 years ago just being able to be there with surrounded by all the contestants and being able to watch them all on the big screen. So I'm hoping that we get to do that again this year.
Yeah, it's in the works. Everything is planned. We have the theater reserved and everything. So at this point, it is definitely planned to be in person. I think we're going to give the option to have kind of like a hybrid. So we'll still stream it. So for those people who can't make it, totally fine. They can watch it from home or wherever. But we should be having it at the Overland Theater, so you can come and watch all the top 10 for each middle school and high school, concessions, the whole thing. So it should be super fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's about all I have. Thank you so much for meeting with us and kind of letting us know, what this experience has been like for you. And obviously, we can't wait to see what you have for this year's movie trailer contest, and we can't wait to see what everybody else comes up with too. Definitely encourage your friends if they haven't joined already to try and participate. We would love that.
Hmm. Yeah, you're welcome.